What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What does that mean? Did I break it?
Hello everyone and welcome to Veteran Gaming. I am Aaron. Tonight we're going to be talking about Eternal Evolution, and we're going to be talking about the Rise of Heroes, which is a brand new event essentially because the rewards for the first time are not a new hero. You actually get to choose from a list of heroes when you're winning the custom hero shards out of the raffle tickets. So you can choose one of these 6 heroes, and I'm going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about which heroes I prefer and what they can bring to your team. So let's go ahead and just start diving in. So here we are with Nagarama. This is probably the hero I would be the least likely to take any shards for. I do have him at Immortal +2, but I have just never been a big fan of this guy. His ultimate ability attacks in a line and hits everybody in that line, which is nice, but if they move out of the line, then they're essentially taking no damage. He doesn't track at all. So unless you're hitting like the eggs in Sinsaro Marsh, he's really just not that useful in my opinion. So he doesn't hit hard. He doesn't really pair well with anybody. I don't know. I've just never been impressed with Nagarama. If somebody's got a great use for Nagarama, please throw it in the comment section down below. But he would be the last hero I would choose out of this event. The next hero on the list, I'm going to throw out there as Kane. As you can see, I don't have a lot of work into Kane, so he's a bit of a wild card for me, and I don't have a ton of information. But compared to some of the other heroes on this list, I'm just not entirely convinced that Kane is as strong. I have him stronger than Nagarama just because a lot of his AoE is much more forgiving than Nagarama, and he's increasing his crit rate a little bit there and his attack, so he can actually buff himself up a little bit too. So I am confident that this guy can hit hard and do some work in your team and probably be a little bit more productive than Nagarama. But other than just some damage as an energy hero, I don't know. I would like to put more work into him. I would like to believe in him, but he just hasn't impressed me thus far, and I haven't seen a ton of people using him. So if you guys love Kane and you've got a reason for it, please, again, throw it in the comments section down below. Let us know. But he is second to last for me out of this Rise of Heroes event. Let's move on to the next one. All right, next on the list for me is Collazo the Slaughter Cannon. Again, a kind of okay hero in my opinion. He is a summoner, which, you know, you get 100 extra points for being a summoner in this game just because they're so useful in so many different game modes. But Collazo to me kind of always seems like the summoner left out. He's kind of squishy. His summons are incredibly squishy. He can do some good damage single target, and he does get some extra hits to pop like the Armored Lobster's bubble there. But in general, nothing overwhelming with Collazo. The only reason he's higher than Kane and Nagarama is because he is a summoner, and like I said, they are used in a ton of content. So nothing wrong with Collazo, used in a lot of game modes, just not knocking anybody's socks off. And now we're getting to the stronger heroes, and Senway was just absolutely massive for me when I started my account. He's a summoner again, so he's used in a ton of game modes. He does a lot of AoE damage. His summon actually sticks around, has a good health pool. So there were story mode challenges and soul mine stuff that basically it was like Serena and Senway's shadow left, and they ended up getting the victory. So Senway is a super useful character. He's a summoner, so he's used in all the game modes. He can do a ton of damage. I believe in him so much I have him hyper evolved. Just a really solid character. You cannot go wrong if you're pulling Senway shards. Donkey Kong, or I guess Na Fang, whatever you want to call him, is another absolutely outstanding hero. He kind of set the trend for the heroes that are coming into this game right now, where they're a little bit of hybrids. Donkey Kong is a vanguard technically, but he is in all essence a support hero. His only goal is to keep Crete and Leo alive and doing as much damage as possible. Yeah, he has damage in his kit, but the really important thing is he's increasing the damage reduction of allies, and he's feeding them bananas, which is one of the best animations in the game. If you've never seen it, he literally just like throws bananas into the sky, and then they land in the mouths of vanguards running around. So really fantastic. But he's feeding them bananas, which is increasing their attack and defense. So just doing really, really great support work, especially for Leo, who is such an amazingly important character in this game. Na Fang, really, really strong. Out of the first shards I drew here, I made sure I got him to the fully extraordinary +5. So he is rocking and rolling from my account. You should definitely get a hold of as many Na Fang shards as you can, especially if you have a strong Leo. All right, so for me, the most important hero that you can pull out of this recent Rise of Heroes event is Old John. Now, I do barely give him the edge over Donkey Kong, and some of that is kind of due to the new Decent Caves exclusive, where you need attack speed heroes to knock out that Armored Lobster bubble to get the new gear that was added to the game. But he is also a hybrid character that does some amazing things. He has a slow. His smoke bomb ability here inflicts damage and slows them down. And you can increase the smoke bomb radius. It's huge. It's really, really, really helpful. He also has AoE and does good single target damage. His ultimate ability here, he's going to fire a spread of shotgun rounds. If there's nobody in the vicinity, it's just going to hit the one. Once you get the talent, for every 200 bonus attack speed, he's going to gain more rounds. So he has attack speed in his kit. He has combat control. He has AoE, and he still does single target damage, true damage. This guy is just, he's the most recent added to the game. And this is what the game is kind of going to. You're phasing out those heroes like Falvea, who just does damage, basically. Murphy Road just does damage. Pluno, Taylor, although he can bounce around, essentially he just does damage. You're getting more and more of these heroes that are now adding in some aspect of combat control. Or like, what's Old John's, what is his ability here? He has passive, where he receives a fatal injury. He's going to jump back, heal, and stay in the fight. So a lot of the new heroes are getting more and more added into their kit. They're not quite as simple as some of the older heroes, which is why I think Old John, the most bang for your buck, available to be used in the most game modes, helpful in the newest content, which is the exclusive Decent Cave stuff. So I'm going to give Old John my A+ #1 recommendation. If you guys have any other ideas or rank them a little bit differently, have any reasons, please feel free to leave them down below. All the dialogue is just going to help the community have a better idea and be stronger in general. So guys, make sure you please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Give me a thumbs up if you can, if you enjoyed the video. And as always, have fun. Good luck.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.